Money ain't a thing. Money ain't a thing.
Money in the bank. Money in the bank.
We can talk, but money talk, so talk more.
Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show.
Baby, I got your money.
Welcome to the Ash Cash Show every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you go to the ashcashshow.com, subscribe to the podcast. Go to ashcashtv.com, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. So a couple of things. Happy Thursday. Just a couple of things I wanted to address first. So number one, right? So fast shout to my, to my little guy. Fast shout to AJ. My son graduated kindergarten yesterday. Jamaris, what up, my guy? Salute. We good, right? So a couple of things. Right? So my son graduated, college, kindergarten yesterday. And it's weird, man, because somebody asked me how was the graduation. So I'll just start there, man. It's weird because I always get emotional. Like when it comes to my kids, I get really emotional. And I know what it is. I think that because the First Lady and I are so present that it just feels great to be able to provide my kids these experiences. You know what I'm saying? So like, when TJ, so my daughter Taylor, when TJ graduated kindergarten, our first daddy-daughter dance, we did a bunch of daddy-daughter dances. When she, went to a new school, when she does like school plays, it's weird because everything, like I don't miss nothing, right? I don't miss nothing. And then so every time, I get to attend something that they're doing, it just warms my heart. And to be in the audience and watch my son read, you know what I'm saying? If there wasn't, it was funny because it's a bunch of, so the classroom is like 7 kids, and there's a bunch of boys in there because the girls, there's one girl that comes in, but the other girls do virtual, right? And so, these kids are A-type personality, and my son's a Taurus, and so if you know Taurus, they think they're the boss, right? And so I promise you, like I have video. It was so hilarious how, the boys are fighting for the microphone. Then they start singing. One is singing louder than the other. Yo, when I tell you it's hilarious, it's hilarious. I just can't post it because it's, it's other parents. It's other parents' kids on there. So I don't want nobody posting my kid without my permission. So I'm not going to post it. But it was just, it was hilarious the whole time, right? But just to watch him like at 6, being able to read and sing and do these things, and I don't know, it's just it just warms my heart, and just knowing, just knowing that First Lady and I are able to provide, for our kids, just a great, and it's not even comparing, honestly. I mean, sometimes I do, I'll be honest, like sometimes I compare, sometimes I look and I'll be like, Jeff, what up? Salute, my guy, Liddy in the building. Sometimes Warren G, the OG, man. Yo, salute, man. Yo, salute to the OG. Warren G in the building, man. The big bro, the legend. Salute, King. Thanks for the check-in. But sometimes just being able to to be, to provide this experience, and not even really just comparing, right? Like not comparing, my childhood to my kids' childhood, but just to be able to like provide them a great experience. Not, again, not even like comparing, just being able to provide them a great experience is just like warming. So, watching my son graduate was really like something that, it just kind of warmed my heart. So I always get emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like big 6'3", 2+ guy, you know what I'm saying? Sitting in there wiping tears, you know what I'm saying? Wiping tears, you know what I'm saying? So, so that was dope. So, all right, so look, so real quick though too. So somebody asked me what my shirt say. So my shirt say, "Be right back," or "Be right back. I'm on my way to get adjusted," right? And so I want y'all to get this message, right? I want y'all to get this message. And Romar, we might have to cut this message up because I want to shout out my chiropractor, right? But let me give you this quick message because I want y'all to hear something, right? I want y'all to hear something, and I want y'all to really understand that you make the choices in your life. And let's stop acting oblivious, right? Let's stop acting oblivious to the choices that we make, not trying to escape the responsibility of the choice we make. Right? And so that shout out to my chiropractor, Dr. Ken, right? And so I get adjusted, right? So First Lady and I, we go to the chiropractor, Fast Shop to Adjust Atlanta, and we get adjusted, right? We get our backs aligned, and why is that, right? Because I was having like headaches, and I knew that the headaches were coming from my back, right? Because I probably was sleeping wrong or whatever. So I said, I was watching all these videos of people getting their neck cracked and stuff. So I said, let me go to the chiropractor. And so literally the chiropractor, Dr. Ken, he got us right. And I was like, oh, this feels good. So he was telling us things to do to really just help your back become aligned. And one message is that sometimes we're walking around and we're so used to pain that we don't even realize that pain is not normal, right? Like we're not supposed to be walking through pain, right? Pain is not normal. And so, once I got aligned, right, pun intended, once I got aligned mentally and physically, I got to a space where I started feeling better. And I'm like, oh, this is what alignment feels like, right? This is what alignment feels like. And so, a lot of times in our life, we're walking around with pain, right? We're walking around with pain, not realizing that a simple adjustment, right? A simple adjustment could get your life back on track, right? And so I really want everybody to get aligned, right? Physically and mentally though, right? Because alignment, right? We hustling, we trying to do all these different things, but it's really about alignment. We talked about, energetic alignment, right? Once you get aligned, you start to life just gets better. Right. Once I got my back aligned, I started different. My posture was different. I'm sitting different. I'm feeling good, right? Because the alignment, helped me, get back on track. But here's the second message though. Here's the second message, right? Is that when you've been out of alignment, right? Catch the bar though. When you've been out of alignment for so long, one visit is not going to get you back into alignment, right? One visit to the chiropractor is not going to get you back into alignment because this is years of being out of alignment. You've been out of alignment for so long that you think you go to the chiropractor one time, you adjusted, you good, right? Mentally, we've been out of alignment for so long that we watch one motivational video and we like, oh, I'm adjusted. I'm good now, right? And here's the other kicker. Once we get aligned, or once we start the process, right, once we start the process of alignment, sometimes we go back to the things, right? Sometimes we go back to the things that got us out of alignment to begin with. Big bar. So yesterday, as the world starts to open up, we do a private run, right? In Atlanta, we do a private run. Fast shout to my guy JT. We started last Wednesday. So last Wednesday I go, I get in the private run. Fast shout to all the guys. I won't name names, you know what I'm saying? But fast shout to all the guys. We went to the private run. And my guy Jeff on here too. I had 30, and he ain't even. This is a side note because my Jeff Pack pick is on here. I don't know if he's still on, but last week I had 30 points. This dude cuts up the video because we take video. This dude cuts up the video and just show me scoring twice and me diving on the floor for a loose ball. I say, I'm not reposting that, bro. Look, my guy Jeff Pack. I'm not reposting that. I had 30. Tell me I'm lying. I had 30 points. They put me on the other team. I had 30. And this dude, look, I put you out there. I had 30 points. He gonna show me twice on there. And that's another thing, right? So either which way, fast out to my guy Jeff. Salute to you, kid. But so last week, right? So I go, so I'm playing. So I get home and my back hurt now, right? So my back hurt. And so I'm like, damn, I need to go see Doc, right? I need to go see Doc. But I said, nah, it's all good. So I had an appointment for Monday. So I went out. So first of all, I could have set up an appointment with him on Friday, right? So Wednesday was when I played basketball. By Thursday, my back was hurting or whatever. Fast shout to Simba Group. Look, Dodge Ferries runs with Epic. Salute. If you know, you know, right? And so my back started hurting on Thursday, right? And so I knew it was probably for me playing ball or whatever. And so I could have went to Doc on Friday, but I didn't. Right? I didn't go to him on Friday because I already had an appointment for Monday, right? So what I do, I say, all right, I go Monday. So when I go on Monday, Doc's doing his thing. He like, yo, you tight. Like, I'm like, yo, Doc, I ain't gonna hold you. I wind up playing ball, man. I play some basketball. And so that's the one thing he told me. He was like, yo, don't do no real squats or nothing. As we're working on getting you adjusted, as we're working on getting you into alignment, right? And so I stopped doing squats, but I still want to play ball, right? And so he looked at me, he like, yo, Ash, that basketball, like we still trying to get you back into alignment, right? So playing ball, you got to think about you're a big man. So it's not like you shooting jump shots, like you running up and down. People are trying to grab the ball. Like you got a lot of physical things going on, right? So he's like, yo, bro, I'm a hooper. So I know what it is, but I don't want you to play no ball, right? Because if you play ball, it's gonna mess with what we're working on, right? And so, First Lady's there. She's like, Doc, he not listening. Because I love basketball, though, yo. I love basketball, right? I love it, right? And so, I was like, all right, he was like, yo, it's not like you can't play basketball, right? It's not like you can't play basketball, but let's work on your back. Let's get you back into alignment. Let's get you adjusted, right? Let's get you adjusted and get your back strong enough so that way, and he gave me the science of how your legs and your back go together and all that. He gave me the science. So he's like, yo, strengthen up your legs, strengthen up your back, keep getting adjusted, and then you'll be good. You'll be so great on the court. You'll be good, right? And so, fast shout to JT. JT hit me on Wednesday, and JT said, yo, you balling tonight? And I had a choice to make, right? I had a choice. I know that one visit or a few visits is not going to get me back into alignment, right? But I made a choice. I say, yo, I love basketball though. Basketball feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the game, right? Mitch voice. And so I went to go play ball, right? I went to go play ball. We ran. We won. we ran for 90 minutes. So we played the first to get to 90 minutes or 114 points. And so, you know what I mean? Like we ran for 90 minutes, no subs, right? No subs. I didn't have any subs on my team. So for the whole 90 minutes we played, I woke up this morning and just like Doc said, my back is all bad. And I immediately, you know what I mean? I sent him a video note. I'm like, yo, Doc, I did it again. Here we are, whatever, right? So what's my point? What's my point? My point is this. My point is, number one, is that a lot of times we are trying to change mindset, right? So alignment, right? In order for you to get what you want out of life, you have to be in energetic alignment with what you want, right? And so how do you get in energetic alignment? It's all about your thought process, right? What is your thought process? And I'm using this example, right? I'm using this example, so this physical example, to talk to you about what we do in our minds, right? Is that, there's a lot of times where we are wanting to get into energetic alignment with the things that we want out of life. But as we're starting to change our mindset to get aligned with the things that we want, because some of our old mindset feels good and we love it, we revert back to it, right? Because we love it at the moment, but not understanding that it's taking you back, right? Pun intended, it's taking you back to where you started. So now, right, from a basketball and a back analogy perspective, is that I got adjusted. I started going to the chiropractor to get adjusted, to get my back aligned. But because I love basketball, I went to go play ball. And when I went to go play basketball, I continued to damage my lower back, right? That now when I go to the chiropractor tomorrow, when I go see Dr. Ken tomorrow, he's starting he's starting again. Now he has to rewire my back to get me back in alignment, right? And so a lot of us are choosing, right? A lot of us are choosing instant gratification over long-term success. I'm gonna say that again. A lot of us are choosing, right? A lot of us are choosing instant gratification over long-term success. Like the mindset, the things that you have to get rid of in order to live your best life. Like at this point, right? At this point, you know for certain what it's going to take to get you to the next level. At this point, the people that don't serve you no more. The mindset that doesn't serve you no more. The different things that's in your life that you got to get rid of, the new things that you got to focus on. You know what they are already. But you are choosing instant gratification over long-term success. Because I love the game of basketball, because I've been cooped in the house for over a year and had no physical activity, right? Because of that, I said, nah, I'm going to play basketball. I know, though, I had a conversation with my chiropractor. I know, right? He even gave me the science. He pulled out the back diaphragm and told me, right? He already said, like, yo, this is why your lower back is hurting. This is what's happening. You know what I'm saying? The muscles is contract. He gave me the whole thing, the whole blood fire thing. I know everything about the back to know that right now I should not be running up and down that court, jumping, banging with the big man. Like, oh, I know I'm not supposed to be doing that, right? But it felt so fucking good. It felt so good to be on that court after a year and a half of not touching a rock. It felt so good to be able to really play in the camaraderie of the guys. Like, it felt so good. And I said, nah, I'm gonna choose to play. I'm gonna choose to get out of alignment, right? I'm going to choose to get out of alignment in order to get the temporary pain or the temporary satisfaction for longer pain, right? And this is part 3 of this message, though, because I ain't no angel, I ain't perfect, and I don't pretend to be, right? Part 3 of this message is this: that's your prerogative, though, right? That's your prerogative. The great thing about life is that you get to choose, right? You get to choose whether or not you want the instant gratification or the long-term success, right? You get to choose that, right? You get to choose that. Nobody chooses it for you. And you're not right or wrong, right? You're not right or wrong, right? Because here's the kicker. If I stop playing ball, right? If I stop playing basketball and I solely just focused on, getting my back aligned, getting stronger or whatever, let's say it takes me 2 months to get back on the court, right? But let's say I choose to keep playing ball, but I know that I gotta get my legs stronger. So instead of just playing ball once a week, during the week, I'm going to the gym, I'm getting my legs right, and I'm still playing ball. It might take me 4 months. Adding the basketball, adding the leg training, it might take me 4 months. If I'm okay with that, if I'm okay with getting instant gratification and prolonging, right, the success of being in alignment, then that's okay, right? And what I want you to understand is that I'm going to play basketball again in God's will. I didn't give y'all that whole speech to tell you that I know better now. I didn't give you that. I love the game. I just be honest with you, right? I didn't give you that whole speech to tell you that come next Wednesday, I'm not playing. No, I'm telling you this because it was a great bar, right? And so take out of it what you want to take out of it. But I'm also telling you that it's your life, right? It's your life. You make the decision. Don't let nobody else make the decision for you, right? And fact out to Doc, because Doc ain't beat me up. When I sent in the video of me at the gym, he didn't say, "Yo, Ash, what are you doing? Yo, you know what I mean? Yo, you crazy. Yo, you messing up. I'm trying to do in your life." He didn't say that. He said, "It's all good," right? He says, "All good, Ash. It's all good. We gonna chalk this up to an emotional." I forget what he said, but he didn't beat me up. He said, "Look, it's your choice. If you want to keep paying me for alignments, you know what I'm trying to say? If you want to keep paying me for alignments, then that's what you choose." You know what I'm saying? And so I want us to be in that space because, me personally, right? Me personally, I know what basketball does for my overall well-being, though. You got to think about it. I just did cardio for 90 minutes straight, running up and down. And so while my back feel a little hurt, right, that, Doc is going to help me get back into alignment, That's a bar. Oh, get back. And, oh, that's a bar, right? So Doc is going to help me, you know what I'm saying? Doc is going to help me get back into alignment. But at the end of the day, the benefits, though, of me running, like my body's starting to feel tight. And so when I play ball, I eat less. When I eat less, I get in better shape. When I get, you know what I'm trying to say? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? And so I want us to really understand these three things that I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I really want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, understand these things that I'm saying. So today is about the mindset. Today I want to talk about your mindset. I want to talk about your thought process. We're gonna do daily aspiration real quick because I think the daily aspiration is entirely as it relates to, you know, where we are right now. You know, what we talked about. So let me see if I can find this thing. And so, all right. So let me throw on the wild thoughts, because it's all about your thought process. All right. Happy thought-provoking Thursday. Welcome to the day that you realize that your thoughts have more power than you give them credit for. Today's daily aspiration is dedicated to purifying your thoughts. What you think about the most will be what you often get out of life. Whether consciously or unconsciously, our dominant thoughts often dictate our life. You are today what you thought about most yesterday. And you will be tomorrow what you think about most today. Sometimes we get so discouraged with today that we go back to the thoughts of yesterday, not realizing that all we are doing is giving ourselves more of what we don't want. The key is to purify your thoughts. Always think on the bright side and only look at the possibilities, not the limitations. It may feel gratifying for a moment to vent and get things off your chest, but please believe that this is counterproductive to finding a solution. Be positive at all times, even when it hurts, for this is the clear path towards your bliss. Because as Steve Maraboli once said, stop allowing your outdated ideas to hinder your progress. How would your life be different if you became open to new information that can refine, improve, enhance your way of thinking and empower your way of living? Think different and think pure, because nothing can stop you but you. I'll leave you with a couple of quotes, and the first one's by Albert Einstein, and it says, "The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking." Next quote by Marianne Williamson, and it says, "You may believe that you are responsible for what you do, but not for what you think. The truth is that you are responsible for what you think, because it is only at this level that you can exercise choice. What you do comes from what you think." And then last not least by Bruce Lee, and it says, "The spirit of an individual is determined by his dominating thought habits." And so, you know, we talked about this though. We talked about the purification of thoughts, right? We talked about, you know, the importance of, you know, really getting in a space of, you know, rebuilding, right? Rebuilding the new, right? Instead of building building on top of what's old, it's about like, yo, let's build what's new, right? Let's build what's new. And so I want y'all to start thinking from that perspective, right? As we start thinking about our mindset, as we start thinking about where we want to be in life, let's start thinking about building on the new. And so I wanna focus. I mean, I posted this earlier on my Instagram, right? And it's the biggest facts ever, right? I said, thinking and talking about what you want, what you don't want will only keep it in your life. Only focus on your desires, right? And what does that mean? Is that, I mean, you honestly get what you think about the most, right? So if you keep thinking about doom and gloom, that's what you're going to get. If you are, you know, constantly thinking about prosperity, that's what you're going to get. And so it's funny because as you constantly, it's not just thinking about it, it's your actions. So if you think about doom and gloom is going to paralyze you. It's going to stop you from, you know, doing the things that you know that you're supposed to be doing, right? If you think about prosperity, it's actually going to motivate you, because it's going to push you to do the things that you're supposed to be doing, the habits that you're supposed to be having in order to get to that next level, right? And so it's really about, you know, what you focus on. Like, you know, for this month, you know, we're focusing on The Science of Getting Rich, right? That's the book that we're reading this month. Everybody should be reading it. We got a few more days, but please do not slack off. Please read that book every day, right? And in The Science of Getting Rich, it's the truth though. You're not going to get rich focusing on poverty, right? You cannot get healthy, you know, focusing on sickness. It's just the way it is, right? It's just the way it is. Like I have a real example of focusing on poverty, and literally I was up. You know what I'm saying? I literally was up, and I was focusing on poverty, and I started to see my net worth decline, right? Because I was focusing on poverty. And so you can't, like, I promise you, right? I promise you that if you're only focusing on the problem, it's not going to fix it, right? And I'm not even saying to be heartless, right? But the truth of the matter is, what can you do for poor people as a poor person? That's the truth, right? What can you do for sick people as a sick person? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. If you're in poverty, how can you help someone that's in poverty? Like, how? If you're sick, how can you help somebody who's also sick? Right? It's like, and I know this for facts, right? That at any time, if I ever wanted to achieve something in my life, a lot of times people feel like, oh, let me watch, right? Let me watch those who are who messed up before, right? Let me watch those who messed up before, and let me learn what not to do. The truth of the matter is that might work a little bit. Right, that might work a little bit, but I don't want to focus on what you didn't do, right? Because I want to focus on the people that did it and what did they do, right? And so it's like, if your mind is focusing on what they did wrong, subconsciously that's all you focusing on is the wrong, and then that's what's going to be in your life. Right. And so I'm saying that if you want to be charitable, get rich first. Right. Get rich first, because as a rich person, you can help whoever you want. Right. You could give back to whoever you want by having. Other than that, it's just a conversation. Other than that, it's just talking about more and more. You know what I'm saying? So think about that for a second. You're poor. You're trying to help somebody else that's poor, and all y'all can do is talk about poverty. How is that going to change? Because now all you're doing is giving more of that. You sick, you connecting with other people that's sick, and all y'all can talk about is sickness. So guess what's going to happen? You're gonna have more sickness, right? But imagine if somebody who's sick connects with somebody who's healthy. That healthy person can help a sick person get healthy. Because it's like, oh, I bet, right? If you're in poverty, if two people are in poverty, instead of focusing on poverty, they focus on getting rich. Guess what that's going to do for the other person in poverty? That gives them like, oh, yo, I could do this too, right? And so it's about a mindset shift. I want you to shift your mindset. I don't want you to talk about the pain no more. Stop talking about the pain, right? Stop talking about the pain. Can you talk about how it's going to feel when you heal? Can you talk about the upside, right? Stop talking about being broke anymore. Like if you're living paycheck to paycheck, if you can't make ends meet, stop talking about that, right? I need you to focus, and there is scientific. So we're gonna play Mel Robbins real quick, because there is science that backs this up. So this is not theory. This is actually science. It's actually science, right? So all of you science people out there, right? There's actually science out here to back it up, and Mel Robbins is going to talk to you. Go ahead, Mel. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mel. Talk to them, Mel.
You are now listening to MindRightRadio.com, the only place to get inspiration and motivation all day, every day. If you expect to achieve your goals, if you expect to reach your potential, if you expect to have your dreams come true, what I'm about to explain to you is mission critical.
Mission critical.
You must become a master at visualization. For those of you that are like, what the heck is she talking about? I did not sign up for some sort of meditation, woo-woo, spiritual thing. Don't worry, this is Mel Robbins. There's always science and research involved in everything that I talk about. So visualization is a extraordinarily powerful skill. You may have heard of the law of attraction. You may have heard of the word visualization. You may have heard of the word manifesting. I call it seeing signs. Your brain has a system in it. Here's the technical term. It's called the reticular activating system. It is a network of neurons all up in here. And what is the job of the reticular activating system? It is a filter system. It's basically a system that allows certain information in your brain and it blocks out other information. And guess who programmed that filter? You did. And so did the people from your past. And so if you constantly feel like you're unlovable, guess what? Your reticular activating system is going through the day and it is going to point out every single piece of evidence that confirms that negative belief that you have. If you think that people don't like you at work, the reticular activating system, the filter, it is literally going to be looking for evidence to confirm that belief all day long. This is one of the reasons why we have such a problem with politics in this country. This is why there's something called a confirmation bias. Confirmation bias means your mind loves to read things that you agree with, because reading things that you agree with confirms your filter. Why do we have a reticular activating system? There's a really important reason why you have this. The reason why is if your brain let in everything. Have you ever looked at a Facebook page? Have you noticed how many words are on a standard Facebook page? And the ad over here, and the ad over here, and the ad over here, and the ad, and the news feed right here, and the stuff up here, and all this over here. If your brain took in everything in equal value, your head would literally explode off your shoulders. Your brain would melt down. And so the reticular activating system protects your brain by filtering information and only letting in stuff that it agrees with. So that's the scientific reason and mandate for why you got to get busy reprogramming that thing. Now we're going to talk about how you use visualization in order to start to reprogram
I hope you're catching the bars.
Activating system in your brain so that your brain starts to spot opportunity. Your brain starts to spot evidence that things are working out. Your brain starts to spot coincidences so you can build momentum. And it begins with visualization. So as you take your goals, I want you to go to each one and I want you to do a visualization exercise. And here's how you're going to do it based on science, because there's a particular way you have to do this based on science, okay? It's a two-step method. If your goal is to improve your self-worth, I want you to visualize what your life looks like and how you're going to feel about yourself when your self-worth has improved. There's two things that you have to do when it comes to visualization. You have to close your eyes.
Alex, what up?
Truly, I know it sounds stupid, but I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to, in your mind, have a specific picture of what it looks like in your life when your self-worth has improved. You're going to see yourself speaking up at work. You're going to see yourself talking more about your business. You're going to see yourself leaving bad relationships. You're going to see yourself defining boundaries. You're going to see yourself going to the gym. You're going to see yourself taking care of yourself. And when you start to visualize the image of that, I want you to consciously, this is step 2, consciously think of the positive emotions that you're going to feel. I'm going to feel happy. I'm going to feel proud. I'm going to stand taller. I'm going to
Big facts
be
from
so
Maya.
grateful that I made this change. Marrying the specific picture. Oh, there I am. There I am. I'm at work and I'm raising my hand. Amazing. I'm sharing my idea. There I am. I'm getting a
Daddy
promotion.
life
There
up.
I am asking for a raise. There I am. I've just signed up another customer to my business. There I am. I've gone back to school. I feel so good about myself. When you do that, here's what's actually happening in your brain. This is the cool science part.
Science, listen.
You are training your brain to have a totally different filter. You see,
Train your
your
brain.
my brain, it doesn't know the difference between something that actually happened to you, like if you got your test in 10th grade, and the things you imagine that are happening to you. Let me say that again. Your brain doesn't know the difference
Your brain doesn't
between
know the difference.
bad things that actually happened to you,
Yep.
the real memories that you have, and an imagined
An imagination.
memory that you're creating.
Sheesh.
Your brain will experience you visualizing going to the gym, you visualizing how happy you feel when you do, you visualizing asking for that raise and getting it, how proud you're going to feel. Your brain, when you visualize in the way that I'm teaching you to, it encodes it as a real memory. And that's important because when you encode it as a real memory, it changes the filter system, that reticular activating system. And here's what we know based on research. The more you visualize
The more you
things,
visualize.
number one, the greater your confidence is going to be, the greater security you're going to have about it. And here's the really cool thing. The more you do this with your goals, you wake up every day and you just visualize. It takes 30 freaking seconds, for crying out loud. You visualize having a great day at school. You visualize curing your panic and how proud you're going to be. What studies suggest and have proven is that simply visualizing yourself doing things actually develops the skill and helps you improve the skills, just as if you were actually doing it. And so there's proof based on research that visualization helps you build skills. And then finally, the other thing that's really important about this is that the more that you do this, what we know based on research,
Drift, thank you
is
for
that
the badge,
reason
love.
why you start to believe what you think is because you are reprogramming your brain. You are changing the network of neurons that act as a filter. And so the more that you actually believe in yourself and you start thinking and visualizing yourself speaking up, the more confident you're going to become, the more skills that you're building, and you're actually going to do it. And then, instead of looking for all the reasons when you're sitting in a meeting to not speak up, you're going to just speak up because you're going to have changed the filter. You're going to look for opportunities. This is how it works. This is why this is so
Business bully,
incredible.
I appreciate you, my God.
And
Thank
so,
you. Thank
day
you
one,
again, B.
I want you
Appreciate you,
to go through all the goals that you set. And I want you every single day,
Quell, what
throughout
up,
the
Quell?
next 30 days, you are going to spend 30 seconds. Your dreams deserve 30 seconds, don't you think? You're going to close your eyes and you're going to visualize what does it look like in your
The
life
D-Go.
when you have
Appreciate the
achieved
badge, love.
your monetary goals this year.
Lady O,
How
thank you
does
for the
it
badge,
feel
love. Appreciate
to
you.
go to the bank and see that balance? How does it feel to be able to write that check and take your kids?
How does it
because of the
feel?
money that you made? How does it feel to be able to rent your own place or put down a down payment for the house you've always dreamt
How
of?
does it
How
feel?
does it feel to be able to have saved enough money so you can quit
Mel
the job
Robbins.
that you hate and launch the business because you have achieved your goals? It feels darn good. That's how it feels. And I want you to just savor that because what you're doing when you visualize is you're reprogramming your reticular activating system. that
Scientifically,
system
though.
of neurons.
It
that
feels
network
freaking
that acts
amazing.
like a filter in your brain so that it's spotting opportunity, so that it is helping you see evidence that you are confident, that you are capable, that you can do this instead of all the garbage you think right now.
Inspiration and motivation 25/8. That's all the time. More.
Yo, listen. So I want y'all to catch what she's saying. So that's actually scientific. So this ain't even like woo-hoo. This is like scientifically, your brain does not know the difference between what's happening in real life and what you imagine. It does not, right? And so Panther in graphics, I thank you for the badge love, right? So this is scientific, right? This is scientific. Your brain, right, doesn't know the difference between what's fake and what's real, to be honest, right? So you could almost like, not even almost, but you could actually trick your brain, right? Scientifically. And so that's why visualization is very important, because here's what visualization does, right? And catch this bar. Here's what visualization does. Do you know that you could visualize something that has actually happened and relive that thing, right? So think about this. And so I'm trying to be logical. I want y'all to catch this, right? I'm trying to be logical with you right now. And just so just think about this, right? Even if you don't know science, right? Think about this. If there was a bad situation that happened in the past, right? This is the truth, and not being insensitive to nothing. The truth of the matter is that if you never ever thought about this bad situation, it no longer affects you. It's the truth. It's really memory. It's really your memory that makes you feel bad about the situation, right? So, right, convenient amnesia sometimes is good, right? So let's say, and it's not running away from the pain, right? It's not running away from the pain. Just go with me. If you have something bad that happened, right? Something bad that happened to you, the only way that bad thing can continue to affect your today. If something happened yesterday, it's done, right? But the only way that thing continues to affect your life is if what? If you remember it. And once you remember it, what are you doing? You are replaying the situation over and over and over and over and over again in your head. So what are you essentially doing, right? You are visualizing because it's not happening to you right now. So you're essentially visualizing something that has happened in the past, and you're replaying it, and that's what makes you feel bad. Because you're putting yourself, right? You're putting yourself back in a situation, and you're making yourself feel bad. So what if instead of visualizing on something that happened that made you feel bad, you started to visualize on things that make you feel good, right? You start visualizing yourself, whatever makes you feel good, right? You visualize yourself, scoring 30 points. You visualize paying your mom's house off. You visualize you living in an estate. You visualize you driving in a GT Bentley Continental 2021. You visualize the white G-Wagon with red piping, right? You know what I mean? You visualize, the $4 million complex, right? You visualize these things. And the truth of the matter is that if you hold your attention, right? If you hold your attention on the things that you actually want, it will actually feel good, right? It will actually feel real. And then once it starts to feel real, right? Once it starts to feel real, the energy of feeling good about what you want will now start to push you in the direction of doing what needs to be done in order to actually make it feel real, and so that you could continue to enjoy, right? This is why I meditate. I meditate twice. I meditate right before I go to bed, because what don't I want to do, right? Before I go to bed, I do not want to replay anything that happened in the past, right? And so what I do is I meditate before I go to bed so I can quiet the mind, right? Because what Iyanla says, be still, right? There's power in stillness. And so when you're still, right? When you're still, that allows you to allow God, the universe, to talk to you and guide you based on what you want. Then meditate again in the morning and visualize. Do some type of visualization, right? Like visualize, like close your eyes and visualize you waking up and you're in a 10,000 square foot home, right? You got all the cars you want. Your bank account is padded. You got cash flow coming in, right? You got cash flow coming in. Your net worth is rising. You're making so much money that your overflow is blessing others. Not what it needs for you to live. I'm saying, you making so much money that your overflow is blessing people. Right? Imagine that. Imagine being in such a place of abundance that all of your needs are met in real time. Right? And so I need y'all to focus, right? And so what happens is this, though, right? I gave y'all my story about visualization, and once you know, right? But then there's a choice you make. And as you're visualizing, it's going to take you self-discipline, right? Eyes Benji, thank you for the badge, love. It's going to take you self-discipline in order for you to get to this space, though. It's going to take you self-discipline to get up early before everybody else gets up. It's going to take you self-discipline to meditate and sit there and think about nothing. It's going to take you self-discipline to make sure you're meditating before you. It's going to take you self-discipline to choose the things that are going to better your life. And so the truth of the matter is that you got two choices: self-discipline or regret.
Of all the subjects we've covered so far and are about to cover,
Authentic Purpose, thank you for the badge, love.
Covering the disciplines for success. What's at the core of achieving the good life? The major key to the good life. The major key is not in learning how to set goals. It is not in learning how to better manage your time. It is not in mastering the attributes of leadership. Every day in 1,000 different ways, we are trying to improve ourselves by learning how to do things. We spend a lifetime gathering knowledge in classrooms, in textbooks, in experiences. Now, if knowledge is power, if knowledge is the forerunner to success, then why do we fall short of our objectives? Why, in spite of all our knowledge and in spite of our collective experiences, do we find ourselves aimlessly wandering, settling for a life of existence rather than a life of substance? There may be many answers to this question. Your answers may be different than your associates or your spouses or your friends. While there may be many answers to this question, the fundamental answer is the absence of discipline. Applying all that we know. That's the key word, discipline, self-discipline. We might add one more word here, consistent. Consistent self-discipline. It doesn't really matter how smart you are or how much you know if you don't use it. It doesn't really matter that you graduated magna cum laude if you're stuck in a low-paying job. It doesn't really matter if you attended every seminar that comes to town if you don't apply what you've learned. Better than knowledge is applied knowledge. And once we've applied our knowledge, we must study the results of that process. Apply our knowledge, study the results, refine our approach. Finally, by trying and observing and refining and trying again, our knowledge will inevitably produce worthy results, admirable results. And with the joy and results of our efforts, we continue to apply, to learn, to observe, to fuel our ambition with the positive reinforcement of continued progress. Pretty soon, we'll find that we're swept into a spiral of achievement, a vertical rise to success. And the ecstasy of that
Brother
total
Keith Workshop,
experience
thank you for
makes
the
for a
badge,
life
love.
of triumph over
Easy Auto
tragedy,
Sales, thank you for the badge,
dullness,
love.
and mediocrity.
Built to Win, thank you for the
But
badge,
for
love.
this whole process to work for us, we must first master
Jim
the
Rohn,
art
yes.
of discipline, self-discipline,
Welcome, Purpose, thank you for the
consistent
badge, love.
self-discipline. It takes consistent self-discipline to master the art of setting goals, to master the art of time management, to master the art of leadership, to master the art of parenting and relationships, If we don't make consistent self-discipline part of our daily
Hey,
lives, the
Robert.
results we seek will be sporadic and elusive.
Calvin, what up?
It takes a consistent effort to truly
Yes.
manage our valuable time, or we'll be consistently frustrated. Our time will be eaten up by others whose demands are stronger than our own.
Tap in, kids.
It takes discipline to conquer the nagging voices in our minds,
Yes, what up?
the fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of poverty, the fear of a broken heart. It takes discipline to keep trying when that nagging voice within us brings up the
My black is
possibility
beautiful.
of
Thank you for the
failure.
bad love.
It takes discipline to admit our errors and recognize our limitations. The voice of the human ego speaks to all of us. Sometimes the voice of ego says that we should magnify our value beyond our
Jeremy
results.
LeBlanc, what up?
It leads us to exaggerate, to not
Yeah, that's
be
Jim Rohn.
totally
Jim
honest.
Rohn.
It takes discipline to be totally honest, both with ourselves and with others. Be certain of one thing. Every exaggeration of the truth, once detected by others, destroys our credibility and makes all that we say and do suspect. As soon as a colleague figures out we tend to exaggerate, guess what? They'll always think we exaggerate, and they'll never quite hold us in the same regard again. The tendency to exaggerate, distort, or even withhold the truth is an inherent part of all of us. And only an all-out, disciplined assault can overcome this tendency. It takes discipline to change a habit, because habits are formed a little bit each day, every day, every day. Once habits are formed, they act like a giant cable. They act like a nearly unbreakable instinct that only long-term disciplined activity can change. We must unweave every strand of the cable of habits slowly and methodically, until the cable that once held us in bondage becomes nothing more than scattered strands of wire. It takes the consistent application of a new discipline, a more desirable one, to overcome one which is less desirable. It takes discipline to plan. It takes discipline to execute our plan. It takes discipline to look with full objectivity at the result of our applied plan. And it takes discipline to change either our plan or our method of executing that plan if the results are poor. It takes discipline to be firm when the world throws opinions at our feet. It takes discipline to ponder the value of someone else's opinion when our pride and our arrogance leads us to believe that we are the only ones with the answers. Discipline is a constant human awareness of the need for action, and a conscious act by us to implement that action. Discipline is an awareness of the constant need for action and a conscious act to implement that action. If our awareness and our implementations occur at the same time, then we begin a valued sequence of disciplined activity. Now, here's the other side of discipline. If there's considerable time that passes between the moment of awareness and the time of our implementation, then that is called procrastination. Doing it tomorrow instead of today. Procrastination, an almost exact opposite of discipline. The voice within us says, get it done. Discipline then says, do it now. Do it to the best of your ability, today, tomorrow, and always, until finally the worthy deed becomes instinctive. Procrastination says later, tomorrow, whenever I get a chance. Procrastination also says, do what is necessary to get by or to impress others. Do what you can, but not what you must. In every circumstance faced, we're constantly presented with these two choices. Do it now or do it later. Discipline and procrastination. A choice between a disciplined existence bearing the fruit of achievement and contentment, or procrastination, the easy life for which the future will bear no fruit, only the bare branches of mediocrity. The rewards of a disciplined life are great, but they're often delayed until some time in the future. The rewards for the lack of discipline are immediate, but they are minor in comparison to the immeasurable rewards of consistent self-discipline. An immediate reward for lack of discipline is a fun day at the beach. A future reward of discipline is
Owning the beats. Big bar.
for most, We choose today's pleasure rather than tomorrow's fortune. So how can you get rid of the easy distractions? How can you keep your mind on what you're trying to do? How can you keep an attitude
Copy
of
that.
doing it
Yes,
all
sir. I
and doing
appreciate
it now? How can you make the choice of discipline over procrastination? How can you stay focused on your ambitions? How can you avoid conversations at the water cooler? You can keep your focus on your work. You can get it done today instead of tomorrow.
Today,
You've got to really
tomorrow.
work on your consistent self-discipline on a daily basis.
Daily basis.
Or you'll find yourself distracted. Distracted by negative thoughts, distracted by negative people, distracted by water cooler chatter, and soon, depending on the type of people you've associated with, distracted by your doubts within yourself. Never underestimate the power of influence and associations, and never underestimate the power of your own consistent self-discipline. Now let's take a closer look at discipline. True discipline is not the easiest option. Most people would rather sleep until 10 o'clock than get up at 6. It's easier to go to bed late, sleep late, show up late, leave early. It's easier not to read. It's easier to turn on the television than to open a book. It's easier to do just enough than to do it all. Waiting is always easier than acting. Trying is always easier than doing. Imagine what life would be like if we didn't have to make our bed in the morning, or keep our garage clean, or pay our taxes, or show up for work tomorrow. Wouldn't it be fascinating if we didn't have to do these things? Wouldn't it be fascinating? What do you suppose would become of us? You're right, not much. For whatever the reason, the system we live in and
Queen
contribute
B, thank
to
you.
is
Kelly,
designed
Queen B,
to make
thank you.
the easiest
We're
things
gonna
in
wrap up
life
in a sec.
the most unprofitable. Profitable seems to be the most difficult. Our world is and always will be a constant battle between the life of ease and its momentary
Nah, see,
rewards,
I ain't really about
and the
that.
life of discipline
I'm back.
and its far more significant rewards. Each has its own price, the price of discipline or the price of regret. We will pay one or the other. What we wish we had done is the voice of regret, speaking in a sorrowful tone at a time when there is no going back. This is regret. No second chance. No, what would I do differently? Choose one or the other,
You might have to
but
update
both
your,
will have
your
their
app
price.
solution.
Price of discipline or the price of regret. One costs pennies, the other
Another
a fortune.
a fortune.
Dostoevsky said, "There are hundreds of young men who would die for the truth, but very few who would spend 5 years studying to know what the truth is."
You are now listening to MindRightRadio.com, the
Yeah.
only place to get inspiration and motivation all day, every day.
Salute. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Yo, I'm healthy. Don't put that on me, B. I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm healthy. I just balled last night, and so my back is tight. So I just need to go. I'm going to see my chiropractor tomorrow, get back in alignment, and then I'm also going to ice today. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing though. So y'all don't even realize this, right? So we balled last night, right? So we balled last night. So playing ball last night means that I didn't go to bed. So I got home at 11. I didn't go to, you know what I'm saying? Then I showered, meditated, all that. So I didn't go to bed till like mid, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's great energy for, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Doc, you know what I mean? Doc is gonna get me right, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ice that up and all that. But salute. I'm trying to read Ash shirt though. It says, "Be right back. I'm on my way to get adjusted." So fast shout to fast shout to my chiropractor, Adjust Atlanta. So if you're in the Atlanta area and you need a good chiropractor, go check out my guy, Dr. Kendall. You know what I'm saying? Go to Adjust Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Call them up, hit them up, you know what I'm saying? And really, you know what I mean? And really get your life right. I appreciate everybody for the badge love. Thank you for everybody on the check-in. Fast shout to my guy, Ramaya Trask. Thank you for the badge love. Where's CJ? Thank you for the badge love. Tiana, BPF Consultants. Thank you for the badge love. Jamal Griff. Thank you for the badge love. Fast shout to my guy, Business Bully. buy my CD twice, see me in the street and say, yo, he nice. He bought a few badges. So salute to my guy, the business bully. Dingo, thank you for the badge, love. Lady 007, thank you for the badge, love. Panther Inks Graphics, thank you for the badge, love. Authentic Purpose 327, thank you for the badge, love. Antonio Knox, thank you for the badge, love. Brother Keys Workshop, thank you for the badge, love. Easy Auto Sales LLC, thank you for the badge, love. Built to Win, thank you for the badge, love. Walking Purpose 30, thank you for the badge, love. My Black is Beautiful, thank you for the badge, love. Eyes Benji, buy my CD twice. See me in the streets and be like, yo, he nice. I appreciate the badge, love. Bought a couple of badges. I appreciate you. Yo, thank you, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Yo, tonight. Yo, tonight. You know, I got my guy David Shands in the building. Inside the Vault. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure you tune in. Inside the Vault is happening tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. So make sure y'all tap in, tune in on the Earn Your Leisure, YouTube channel. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, for tuning in. Thank y'all for just, allowing me to walk in my purpose. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Stop walking in pain. So I saw that bar. Somebody say, yo, I think it's CEO Bree Smith. Somebody's like, yo, stop walking in pain, but walk in purpose. If you know, you know. Walk in purpose. Stop walking in pain and walk in purpose. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for allowing me to walk in my purpose. And so I love y'all. Thank y'all. Inside the Vault tonight. Make sure y'all check that out. I'm going to see y'all tonight, but then I'll see y'all tomorrow in God's will. Tomorrow's Freestyle Friday. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, and that's it, yo. Go check out my guy, Ramaya Trask. My guy, Ramaya, is the after party. You know what I'm saying? So go check out my guy, Ramaya Trask. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get you right with the content. He gonna get you right. You know what I'm saying? So tap into my guy. Sinjul, thank you for the badge, love. All right, let me go. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. I just clicked in and it's fire. Salute, Ebony. I appreciate you. The after party, Ramaya Trask. Go check out Ramaya Trask for the after party. You know what I mean? Salute. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. See y'all tomorrow in God's will. All right, peace.
I'm talking about well. Money ain't a thing. Money ain't a thing.
Money in the bank. Money in the bank.
We can talk, but money talk. So talk more.
Ash Cash Show. The Ash Cash Show. The Ash Cash Show.